Hey, okay, okay. Hello, hello. Let me see. There we go. I think that's it. I hope my voice is okay. Does it sound weird? Ah, that's good. Okay. Okay, did we... Okay, here we go? Yeah. So, you were a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes! Oh, I see. You were... German? Herlock, was it? No, I have no air. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yes, Runts magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interesting articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue! I have been sent from England especially! Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. I've never actually read a Sherlock Holmes novel. Is that something I should do? Let me know if you guys have. So, you are the protagonist in a series of short stories then? Indeed I am! And you've read so many of your own stories. You've started to think you really are a detective? Make no mistake! I am not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? Hey, that's very familiar to somebody we know. Yeah. I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, at this very moment I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Ooh, Asia, that's interesting. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? Oh, that's his voice, really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows of the skin, all these things are data. Right. And that trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth! As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can he look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have turned both for observation and for deduction. And fame! That is what makes me the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Okay, Kazuma's death. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in this most cunning hiding place? That's right! It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes! Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective, Sherlock Sholmes, was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah! The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Really? Two facts, you say? Oh, okay. Mr. Sholmes, tell us please! What two facts were apparent to you when you came to the cabin this morning? Ah, yes, but first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Garderob may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert Gard, perhaps. But in the interests of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so! I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer! Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. It's not! Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people. I had no idea. Oh my god, she's a total simp. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim in the message, that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. I read that wrong, didn't I? Oh, this scene. This man, I love him so much. I refuse to believe he's dead. There's no way. I refuse. I don't like it. I hate it. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes. Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. But I don't see any blood on him. Was that handwriting in red? I don't remember. I need to look at the scene of the crime to see if that was even in red. It didn't look like it. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Yeah, that's purple though. That's not blood. That's like so sus. I refuse to believe the man's dead. Because this game has actual red blood. They wouldn't censor just that. That's weird. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, Yes, thank you. The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What pray? You mentioned Russian before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all of that. Ah yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me? Do you think? I don't know what that means. Certainly, if it interests you. How many times? I'm not Russian, I don't speak Russian! Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean. Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in? Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part. Ah yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Hold on, I'm getting water. Ah, there we go. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads... Oh. Revolutionary Valentin Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Okay. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. Oh. Oh my. Since when was Kazuma a Russian? It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, Valentin Bolshevik! No, how can it be me? I don't look anything like this man, just look at his face! Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Oh, please. And, I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower? Ah yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all of those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in this article. Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Here, take the paper for yourself as a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. The article about the revolutionary has been entered into the court record. Go on the front page of a Russian newspaper. The headline reads, Revolutionary Violent Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. I wonder if that's based off a real incident. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back? Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you. Though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt to just glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Ah, yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in pinning some text. London Diary. Oh, that's our voice. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. Oh, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic! And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Susato-san, aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean? Yeah, she likes it. Life is so unfair. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim, it would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering! Sayonara, banzai, mikado! Nado nado! I trust you are suitably impressed. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters of which I can read precisely none. I can't laugh like that. I can't laugh enough. So what was that showing off about before then? If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm much obliged, my dear madame. The final entry here in Kazuma's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray, go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. Kazuma's diary has been entered into the court record. Okay. Whew. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least. Oh, do you have somewhere to go? Yeah, why am I giving her a very English accent? She's not English. Giving her one. As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold. Oh, I suppose. You were thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to. Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, come on. Oh, these... After all, you are the prime suspect in this matter, no? There's no point trying to turn it into question. You were the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. That's- what are you- why are you gaslighting? What the fuck? What? That's cat, that is. You must be joking! You just said it only a moment ago! Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. You lying? Why are you lying? Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that, too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. No kidding. Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for? We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well! Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can- Hiya! Oh, she... Wait, did she break them or did she smack us? After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you were willing to give up. You're just going to roll over and accept your fate? Oh, as if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. Yeah. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea! The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma-sama to do everything I can to find a way out of this. And bring the real culprit to justice! Oh, there's a new guy here. Is that... Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? Oh no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. Wait... Is he that undercover policeman from... Maybe? He kinda looks like he has like the hair. He's wearing glasses, is that him? Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir! It is him! I think it is, it has to be 100%. Yes? What can I do for you? It is him! It's our boy! I love him! I recognize that face, but it can't be. It is. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. Oh, this OST. I didn't think we'd hear this again. I thought this was like Giselle Brett's theme. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew on board the ship. Again? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board. Yeah, neither did I, really. That was just gonna be a one-off character that we wouldn't see for a while. But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. No kidding. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to end it here. And the next time, we'll continue talking to our dear buddy and friend, Inspector Hosonaga. I love him. Thank you all so much for joining and watching. Alrighty. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a wonderful night, sweet dreams, or good morning, good afternoon. Wherever it may be, have a wonderful time. Thank you so much for coming by. Is there anybody I can raid? Let's see. Oh. Twitch, come on, let me see other people, please. SMH, no. Who's online? Gateo, Kayo, Chunhyuk's online. Nebokeru, Kiro Style. Oh, Shirokuma. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna raid Kiro Style TV. Let me see. Raid. I think. Yeah, here we go. Alrighty. Bye-bye, everybody. We're raiding!